Today's Christmas spot, we're having a look at the Neca Christmas Story figures, and today we're having a look at Flick. Flick, somebody triple dog dared you with his little metal pole and display base. The only figure, unfortunately, that comes with a display base, if you can really call this a display base. On the back of the package, there's a picture of Flick, way up at the top there. And it says, the funniest thing about Christmas, according to Gene Shepard's over-the-top holiday comedy, is spending it with your own family. While everything seemed to be going well for all of his friends, poor Flick had no such luck. Every day he gets chased and bullied by Scott Fargus, and crying uncle does not help. One day at school he is triple dog dared, bum bum bum, to stick his tongue to a frozen pole in the schoolyard. Of course he couldn't back down and was stuck there until the police and fireman came. Other figures you can get from the good folks at Neca. We triple dog dare you to collect the whole family, including Mom and Randy, the old man with his lamp. We got Flick and Ralphie. What I am going to do is take a magical break, a small break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, why, we're going to have a better look at Flick. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Obviously, the main accessory that comes with Flick is a display base containing, well, the bottom of the display base is from the school playground. And then we've got a very rusty, cold metal pole. It is a sectional piece. The top piece, you can see there, it looks like it's been connected. You can't actually separate this from itself. However, when you get it out of package, you have to just take the two pieces and connect them together, and you've got yourself the pole. It's not bad. You know, at least, again, he comes with a display base. I would have really loved to see that the rest of the Christmas Story figures had come with bases. Even like the ones that have interior clothing on. Give us some sort of carpeted base or some sort of floor stand that they could have stood on. Especially figures like Mom and Randy could have easily used that base. As for Flick, he's a strange figure in the sense that he's got articulated legs. I don't know why. I can't figure out why he even needs to have, unless it's just so you can angle him forward, like so. And that maybe is the reason why. I mean, he's got peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Pegs obviously on the display base, and you can peg them into place. Yeah, I guess it's just so you can lean them towards the pole. I mean, I guess it's so that when he's not connected to the base, you don't ultimately have a figure that's just leaning forward like that, because that would kind of look silly. I guess that would explain why he has to have articulation in the legs like that. Unfortunately, it means though his bottom legs are a little loose. His face is really nice. Unfortunately, though, I think the one problem with the figure is, unless you have the display base, this display base right here, unless you have it, to have the figure just standing, let's say Sears Portrait Studio style, if you have him and let's say Ralphie just standing on your shelf, Flick looks a little off, doesn't he? He definitely does look a little off. He needs that display base. I'm almost simulating it right now. He needs that display base to make him look appropriate, because without that, he kind of looks ridiculous just on his own. The details on his face is nice. Nice coloring on the cheeks going on there. He's got his eyes closed, reeling in pain, I'm sure. And overall, just really nice work on the scarf, on the helmet, on his I guess his toque underneath going on there, his jacket. Really all nice, solid work. It's, again, unfortunate, though, that he relies so heavily on that to make him a really nice figure. Because as a display piece with the base, it's awesome. Without the base, a little weird. It just makes no sense. He's got himself some gloves going on there. He's kind of got a flat palm, which I don't really know what he's doing. I guess it's just... No, it doesn't really even line up with the pole. It's just kind of there. I don't know, maybe he's like, hey, high five, high five, high five. Or I guess this would be afterwards. He'd be like, high five, high five. In the way of his articulation, he seems to have none in his head, surprisingly. His arms go all the way around. Nothing in his hands, it seems. And then again, his articulation in the legs, which make for loose legs, unfortunately. Yeah, Flick is definitely a figure that I like, but relies so heavily on a display base that without it, he looks awkward. On the display base, looks awesome, and I really, really like what they did with it, but without it, without this display base, if you lose it, Flick kind of looks awkward. This as a whole, I really, really like, and I'm going to give Flick, though, a very magical 8. Just whatever you do, don't lose this, because then you're going to have a figure on his own that's going to just look weird. Just sitting on your shelf looking a little weird. Still like it, though. Today's toy spot, we're having a look at the Neca Christmas Story figures, and we're looking at poor Flick. Look at the look on his face. Poor guy. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.